Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that resonates with many of us. The concept of attachment and how holding on can lead to suffering. Whether it's relationships, possessions, or even ideas, our tendency to cling can create a cycle of pain and disappointment. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore this together. First, let's define attachment. Attachment is an emotional bond we form with people, objects, or concepts. It can be healthy, like the bond between family members, or unhealthy, like clinging to a toxic relationship. But what happens when that attachment turns into clinging? When we hold on too tightly, we often find ourselves in a state of anxiety or distress. This is because our sense of self-worth and happiness becomes tied to those attachments. Research in psychology shows that attachment styles developed in childhood can affect our adult relationships. For example, those with anxious attachment may fear abandonment and cling to partners, leading to conflict and suffering. To illustrate this concept further, let me share a story about a monk named Tenzin. Tenzin was a monk who lived in a serene monastery high in the mountains. He dedicated his life to meditation and teaching others about mindfulness and detachment. One day, while walking through the village below the monastery, he met a young woman named Lila. She was struggling with her emotions after her boyfriend had left her. Lila poured her heart out to Tenzin, expressing her pain and sorrow. "I can't believe he left me," she said. "I thought we would be together forever. I don't know how to move on." Tenzin listened patiently and then offered her a simple, yet profound lesson. He said to her, "Imagine you are holding a cup of hot tea. If you hold it too tightly, you risk burning your hand. But if you hold it gently, you can enjoy its warmth without pain." Lila looked puzzled, but intrigued. Tenzin continued, "Our attachments are like that cup of tea. When we cling too tightly to someone or something, we create suffering for ourselves." Lila pondered Tenzin's words. She realized that her intense feelings for her ex-boyfriend were causing her more pain than joy. Tenzin encouraged her to practice letting go by focusing on the present moment. He taught her mindfulness techniques, guiding her to breathe deeply and embrace her feelings without judgment. As days passed, Lila began to understand the essence of Tenzin's teachings. She learned to appreciate the memories she had with her boyfriend without allowing them to control her happiness. Slowly but surely, she started to release her grip on the past. Now, let's talk about control. When we hold on to things, we often do so out of a desire for control. We think that by clinging to certain people or outcomes, we can dictate our happiness. But the truth is, life is inherently unpredictable. Holding on creates an illusion of control that ultimately leads to frustration when things don't go as planned. Tenzin shared another story with Lila about a great river that flowed through the valley. "The river has no control over where it goes," he explained. "It bends and curves through the landscape, adapting to whatever comes its way. In the same way, we must learn to flow with life rather than resist it." This metaphor resonated deeply with Lila. She realized that by trying to control her emotions and circumstances, she was only creating more turmoil within herself. Instead of resisting change, she began to embrace it. Letting go is often seen as painful. We fear losing what we have, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even our beliefs. This fear can paralyze us and keep us stuck in situations that no longer serve us. But here's the paradox. While letting go can be painful in the short term, it often leads to greater freedom and happiness in the long run. When we release our grip on what no longer serves us, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. Tenzin helped Lila understand this by sharing his own experience. He spoke about his decision to leave his family and home behind to become a monk. "It was one of the hardest choices I ever made," he confessed. "But in letting go of my old life, I found a deeper sense of purpose and peace." So, how do we start releasing our attachments? Here are some practical steps you can take. Step 1. Acknowledge your attachments. Take time to reflect on what you're holding on to. Is it a relationship, a job, a belief? Recognizing these attachments is the first step toward letting go. Step 2. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us stay present and reduces anxiety about the future. By focusing on the here and now, we can learn to appreciate life as it is without clinging to what was or what could be. Step 3. Embrace change. Change is a natural part of life. Instead of resisting it, try to embrace it. View change as an opportunity for growth rather than a loss. Step 4. Seek support. Sometimes letting go can be challenging. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or professionals who can provide guidance and support during your journey. As we wrap up today's discussion, remember that holding on may seem comforting at first, but it often leads to suffering. By learning to let go, we can create space for new experiences and greater joy in our lives. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What attachments are you working on releasing? Until next time, take care and remember, sometimes letting go is the best way to hold on.